me that you ain't no good. Oh, but they don't know that I'd leave you if I could. I guess I'm uptight and I'm stuck like glue, 'cause I ain't never, no, loved a man the way that I love you. Some time ago I thought you would run out of fools, but I was so wrong. You got one that you'll never lose. The way you treat me, it's a shame. How could you hurt me so bad? Baby, you know that I'm the best thing that you ever had. Kiss me once again. Don't you never say we're through. 'Cause I ain't never, no, loved a man the way that I love you. I can't sleep at night, and I can't eat a bite. I guess I'll never be free since you got your hooks in me. Oh, I ain't never loved a man. I ain't never loved a man. I ain't never loved a man. No, no, no.
Aretha Franklin, I never loved a man the way I love you, has been a source of enjoyment in lessons when I tell the vast majority of my younger students that I never loved a man, and they think I'm declaring something to them. But no, it's the name of a song, and it's one that I really enjoyed playing, and it is a bit of a challenge in that there's a lot of new skills introduced here. Leaving space in pieces can be quite difficult. We're used to just filling everything with drums. It's either got groove, or it's got a fill, or it's got a set rest. But with this, it's got air in it. You know, it's one of those pieces that it's not full on at any particular point. What we have going on at the very start is a swing, and that's achieved by really understanding triplets with the center beat removed. So if you want to play triplets on your hi-hats for a second, and you can count them whatever way you guys count triplets, but the way I would teach it would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and when you're comfortable doing that, whatever you say for your middle triplet, for me it's and 2 and 3 and take out the middle one, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so once that is comfortable for you, and that might take a little bit of practice, you can add in your bass drum on the 1, snare drum on the 3, and bass drum on the 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 3 and 1 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Whatever speed you need to do this to get comfortable with it, keep it at that slower speed for as long as you need to, and just sit on that. Don't feel like playing the piece means you have to battle your way through bars that you don't really understand. Just take your time with it. The first fill comes on bar 4. It goes 1 and 2 and 3 and all right. So if you want to practice a phrase, practice that first 4-bar phrase. 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and then you can loop that back around, because on the verse starting on bar 5, you've got the exact same groove. 1 and 2 and 3 and that's going to play 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then on 12 you're going to have 1, 2, and 3, and nice little simple fill there. Okay, now on 13 you're going to hit the ride 1, 3, and 1. And I failed to mention as well, and this is part of the problems that I had playing this. On 5, as you come into it, it's the exact same beat as it started out with, but on the 1, it's Bell of the Ride again. So watch out for those bells of rides on 5 and on 13. Yeah, so 13 is going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 2 snares are together on 3 and Same groove for 17, 18, and 19, and then 20, another fill. 1, 2, and 3, and so a snare, 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 rack, floor, floor. 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3. In onto the crash. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's 20, 21, 22, and 23. You got 1, 2, a drag on 3, 3, and a single hit on the So it's 3. So you got to make sure that on your drag, it's the accented hit that counts for the downbeat. It's not the drag. The drag is silent. The double doesn't have a counted value because it's a ghost note. Ghost notes don't have counted values. So when you're counting this, it's 1, 2, 3, So that double is before the 3. 3, 1, 2, 3, 25, start at the next page, comes in on a crash. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then you have a fill on 27. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1. So this is a bit tricky. You're going to have to get comfortable with this. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Practice those 2 bars together. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, and then you have 2 bars of rest while Aretha's singing. Never loved the man the way that I love you. And back in for 2 bars before you hit repeat. That repeat brings you back to bar 5, and you'll see it says there hi-hat on repeat. So that means they don't want you to hit the bell of the ride, or the ride, not even the bell, on the 1 of bar 5. On the repeat, just stay on the hat. So you go, never loved a man the way that I love you. 2, 3, 1, 2. I repeat to 5, 2, 3. Okay, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and on 12 you play a fill, but it's very fill on repeat. So the fill, as I can discern it from the CD, is like 1, 2, and 3, and But that's not important. What's important is that you come up with a fill that fits the piece. It doesn't have to be that, because it's varied fills. You can come up with whatever you want. So that might make it a little bit easier for you. You don't have to remember fills there that are scripted, but you are going to have to be strong in another way, and that is being creative. You know, and being creative is a huge part of learning as well. So if you're comfortable reading and you're not very comfortable creating, that can be a challenge for you, that you feel like, oh, I want them written down. But to be honest with you, it's just as important a skill as reading in the first place. Being creative is just as important. That brings us to 13, which is ride again. 1, 2, 3, 1. And then on 16 we have that double snare. 1, 2, 3. Technically not a double snare, because there's a rest on the and in between, but 3 and 2 snares, one after the other, as I can see it, but you know what I'm saying. Back to 17, 1, 2, 3, 1, and then 18, 19 is the same, and 20, vary that fill as well. 1, 2, and 3, and whatever you want to put in there is fine. Then crash 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 25, 26, 27. Love the man with Okay, we don't play the 2 bars that we played on the previous play of this. We jump on to the next 2. So the first play is marked 1, and the ones we're playing now is marked 2. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, and so just take note of that. If you've not seen this before, or you've not studied like this before, that marking over the notes that says 1, that's for the first time you're playing it, and then on your repeat, you do not play 1, you play from 2 onwards, okay? So you skip the 1 on your repeat and you go straight to 2. In essence, you've got bar 31 and 32 marked as 1 the first time around, and 31 and 32 marked as 2 the second time around. So they're the same note values in numerical, but they're different bars, because on the repeat they want you to play a different bar. That's the way they do it, and if it's a little bit confusing, I'm sorry, but that's what you're going to see more often from now on, if you haven't seen it before. That brings us to 33, which is a bridge. That's just a part of the song. So you're going to start with a crash and go straight to the right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2 and 3 and okay. 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3. Yeah, never mind. It's 1, 2 and 3. No and. 1, 2 and 3. It's hard to do with the backing track, and I've technically only learned this myself. That brings us to 37, crash. Same groove that we had in 33. For 37, 38, 39 and 40. 41 has a nice build up between snare, floor and bass drum. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and built up over 2 bars, and then you got ride and crash on the 2. 1 and 2 3 and 1 and 2 3 and then on the outro, which is 45, it hits in the crash on the 1 2 3 fill 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 1 2 3 fill 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 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1. So when I was saying fill fill fill, just do a fill, you know. That's pretty straightforward. The outro, I would find that a little bit challenging, but it's something you need to practice a little bit. All in all, it's an enjoyable piece to play. There's an awful lot of feel in this, so take your time learning it. Don't feel like you need to rush this, and there's a lot of learning there. I'm glad that I did it. It's good learning for me as well, because it's not a song that I would have played before. So I'm happy to have started looking at this syllabus for teaching purposes, because it's kind of expanding what I've been doing as well. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. I'll be working on more of the grade 3 syllabus over the next few days and weeks. So drop a like and a subscribe if you want that. I'll have set up a playlist. I currently have a playlist for all the grade 1 and all the grade 2 pieces. So now I'm starting work on all the grade 3 pieces. So if you want to see more stuff like this, like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section down below and I will get to you. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.